Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Revit Architecture series. For this episode, I would like to share with you how to manipulate massing by using Revit Architecture. This time around, we'll be using Revit Architecture 2018. Okay, and the modification that we will engulf in is actually using the same method but on a different plane. And then the manipulation will start from points to lines to face, and it's been called a lot of things. Like for instance, a point can be called a vertices. Okay, a line can be called edge or the curve. Okay, this is what I will show you the usual way, and I will show you the alternative way how to achieve the forms. Okay, the usual way, this layout is I'm using a default metric layout for those who actually don't know. Prior to this video, I'll create a new project with a default metric template so that it will be easier for us to start. Okay, normally I'll go to massing aside and to enable the massing, and then we start with in place mass. Okay, this one is the name of the building. You can name it anything, but I will maintain just massing one. Okay, the usual way of how to build the massing, like for instance, you have a box. Okay, this box is technically a square box. Okay, a square box of the height of 600. Okay, this is a square box, 15 by 15 by 15. Okay, the usual transformation that we do is rotate. So the basic rotation is actually there based on the working plane that we are actually looking for. Okay, we rotate that. Can we rotate that like that? Okay, or we can actually go into your set plan view and actually select the form and then rotate. Okay, you can type in anything, but that's the rotational. Okay, but like I said, there's like three levels of rotation or modification or transformation tools. The first one is the form, which is the one we did earlier, basically the form. The second one is actually the faces. Okay, these faces also we can rotate it. Okay, we can rotate it. Okay, show, set. Let's say it's set to level 1. Okay, and then if I were to rotate, I click rotate. Here I can actually rotate the face. Okay, like this. Right, and then I need to set the work plane to level 1. Okay, so we can rotate this. If we go to the side plan, we can rotate like this. Yeah, okay, so right now it's rotated like that. That's the basic transformation of the thing. Okay, because in Revit it's based on the view, when I try to rotate it from here, it will actually rotate it in this way, in this face, like this. Okay, so if you were to rotate it in plan view, it will be like this. Okay, so the next one is to rotate the level 3, which is the next item is actually to rotate just the edge. Okay, I can rotate just the edge like so. Okay, so that's the edge. And number 4 will be the vertex. Okay, we can rotate the vertex like this one. Yeah. Okay. What is the difference? The difference is basically if you want to modify the design based on these items, you can do it elements by elements. Okay, so then the modification tool of joining. Let's say if you have two forms, if I copy two forms like this, how do we join these two forms? You simply go to geometry and join this form with this form. Okay, this is how we combine the two geometry. But it is still one geometry per se. If you search for it, it's still there. Okay, and if you move it also, it's gonna be the same. It's just two geometry joining together. Okay, but remember that this is only a massing. What it means is actually it doesn't really have functions of a building. It's just a massing of the building. Okay, so another transformation that I usually do is actually by creating a form, a void form. Okay, like for instance, if I were to set this face and I want to create a void from it, I just click on here. Okay, with that I just click that, create void form. Okay, so now it's a void form. If I were to change the segments, it's gonna be like that. Okay, that's the basic modification tools. Okay, that's the basic modification tool that we have here. Let's say if we have one box and we want to rescale, we can actually rescale like this. It's easy. Okay, and also we can rotate like what we did before. Okay, we can also scale it. Okay, we can also scale it by face by actually selecting one of it and rescale like this. Okay, so that's another way of doing it. What about twisting? Okay, we know that one of the famous transformation in a form is actually twisting. So you can actually rotate this face to move like that, but it doesn't really have that twist in this edge. How do we achieve that? In Revit, we just have to add a profile in between that, and then only we rotate this one. What happens is it will create a curvilinear facade like this one. Okay, so does it can change? Yes, it can change. Okay, it can goes up, it can goes down, it can also change the dimensions of it. That's one of the way how to um, transform. What about if we were to um, morph something from this one, but on the what we call horizontal mode. Okay, what I usually do is I go to the plan view. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay, what I usually do is I put a plane there, like so. Okay, I put there plane A. Okay, and then I go to my elevation, and then I set the work plane to plane A, and then I will do the form. Okay, it might look the same in the 3D, but it's actually right now it's based on our reference plane. If you look at here, it's actually in our reference plane. Okay, so what are the difference? Okay, the difference is if we were to do it here, the profile that we want to add is now horizontally put in. Okay, if you want to add edge, is here. Okay, but that's actually not the point that we are looking for. The twisting we can actually do like this. Okay, we can even move it up, or we can rotate it like this. Yeah. Okay, so we can also do this inside Revit. All these transformation tools, all of this curvilinear we also can change. It's just a matter of how we perceive it. Okay, all right. So that's a few simulations that a few manipulation of morph that I I want to share with you. Okay, perhaps you can combine this idea with a lot of other manipulation to actually help you in your design. Another thing is one of the interesting part in doing massing and Revit is that if you were to do a circle like this one, right, and you try to create a form using it, it will actually ask you whether it's cylindrical or spherical. So if spherical, it will be like this. It will be just spherical. So it's easier for us to manipulate. But make sure you understand about this hemisphere, because the hemisphere is technically how does actually it's gonna be where the referencing for the massing. What I mean is, if you were to create, for instance, a content system to this one, what it will do is actually it will do based on the faces. So if you were to create a dome, right, it's not like this, but rather you need to do it in the, let's say, level 2, facing up like this, and then you create your form so that this line is horizontal, so that when you do your curtain system, okay, it will be horizontal like this one. Okay, understand? All right, so this is a short series of mass manipulation. Okay, see you again in the next episode. Thank you so much.